Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Oporto. It's exactly 9:30, and you're tuned into Sunrise on Aneke TV. Your morning spark and good vibes you need. I'm Deborah Wakoba, coming to you live here in vibrant Enugu.
And I am Uche Osai. Wherever you are, at home, at your office, or in traffic, thank you for letting us into your space this beautiful Friday morning. We are here to refresh, inform, and motivate you.
Today is Friday, August 8th, 2025. It's a power packed morning with the latest news, weather, sports, hot topics, and that sunrise spark to help you on the day.
Today is about to begin. Grab your cup of coffee, soak in that morning light. Get ready for a fresh start. The sunrise is coming.
Okay, up next, we are starting things off with our quote of the day, a bit of inspiration to help you see things differently and give your Friday a purposeful boost.
Right after that, we will dive into today's major stories on our news roundup. All the key updates you need, served, sharp, and clear.
Yes, and a little later, we'll be taking you on our weather reports covering cities across Southeast and beyond so you're well prepared before heading out.
Then it will be time to go, like I said, into our news headline. We'll bring you our in-house analyst who would give you clear and crisp understanding of what's going on around the globe. Afterwards, we'll wrap things up with quotes of today.
And to our quote of the day, let's begin today with some soul food. Our quote of the day comes from EE Comments, and here he says, "The most wasted of days is one without laughter." Now, Mr. Uche, what would you like to say on this quote?
You can see I don't want to waste my day, so I'm already laughing.
Okay.
Actually, this is a reminder. We shouldn't forget to smile or put smile on somebody's face.
Yes, and each new sunrise is an invitation to grow, try, learn, or simply be more present. Let us know what this quote means to you. Drop your thoughts on Facebook, X, Instagram, or right here on YouTube, all at Aneke TV. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll take you on our news updates. Thank you.
You're still watching Aneke TV. Let's take a look at today's weather reports across major cities in the southeast.
Let's kick off things in Oka. The day starts off cool around 21 degrees Celsius with clouds, then surprise morning showers swing in between morning and noon, creating that classic umbrella moment. As the day unfolds, expect scattered rain in the afternoon before things settle down to cloudy skies by evening, a perfect recipe for romantic strolls.
And here in Enugu, the cool city, we are greeted to a cloudy and warm weather. Expect slightly warmer temperature up to 28 degrees Celsius by early afternoon before the skies open up again with more rain through the late afternoon and early evening.
Over to Abakaliki. Expect beginnings getting up to 23 degrees Celsius, followed by morning rain. It clears a bit midday with some sun, but rain returns around noon, easing into windy, coldy dinner time vibes.
And moving to the entertaining city of Owerri. Owerri wakes up with early morning clouds, letting the rain slip in gently. Temperatures climb to a warm 27 degrees Celsius by midday. Afternoon, you experience more rain, then calm and cozy cloudness for the evening.
Yes, and in Umahia wakes up to a rainy day and afternoon sees scattered showers and steady clouds with a final roundup of drizzles. Temperature is going to be at 24 degrees Celsius.
So, wherever you are in the southeast, stay hydrated, dress light, and keep an umbrella handy. Rain or shine, we've got you covered. That's your Friday weather report on Aneke TV. We'll be right back with more updates.
Thank you for still watching Sunrise on Aneke TV. Let's see what's making front page news today in the nation, Punch, Vanguard, and The Guardian newspaper on today's show. On today's show, we'll be having our house analyst Chiwendu Ifewankwo for our paper review. Thank you, Ms. Chiwendu, for joining us today.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Oche.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, now to our news headlines. Now on the nation headline, federal government disposes 493 billion naira to 5 million households. And over to the Punch, glitch grades WAEC in crisis over results errors. In our Vanguard headlines in front page, heavy floods to hit 198 local governments in 31 states, FG1s. Now over to the Guardian headlines. Cancer, fertility risk, trial Nigeria's $429 million synthetic hair obsession. So we've gone through the headlines. For to the nation headlines, we have the Nation, we have the Punch, the Guardian, and the Vanguard. So I would like to hear your take on each of these headlines, Ms. Chinwe.
All right. Oh, the headline we have there, the banner headline says, federal government disburses 493 billion naira to 5 million households. You see, that's quite commendable and plausible. But then we'll begin to ask, what are the criteria? What are the laid down procedures with which they were able to come up with this 5 million households? If I can remember vividly, the last census we had in this country was 2006. So over plus or minus almost 20 years after that. So I wouldn't know the standard with which they were able to pick these 5 million households. Which side of the divide? Is it favoring more, the south or the north? Because I know that down here, people kept crying, you know, hunger, 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 hunger. And I wouldn't know, I want to believe it should be the same over there. I am not there, I'm here. But at least within my surrounding, I am yet to feel the impact of this 400 and this million naira that has been disbursed up to 5 million households. So my worry is, what standard? How did they come about these households? How were they able? What are the indicators to show that this household is actually poor, and for that we are picking them? Was it published about it? I'm worried. Okay. In as much as it's a laudable venture, but then was it well treated? Was it well handled? Hope there are no nepotism around it. That's much I can take for now. One, it is laudable, but then did the people get the effect of this huge amount of money that has been disbursed?
That's very clear, and I quite agree with you, Ms. Chinwe. You see, coming to the issue of data, Nigeria, do we actually keep data? When we say we keep data, do we work with it?
That's the thing.
So it's a very commendable effort from the government to disburse these huge amounts of money.
Exactly.
Now 493 billion.
It's not a small amount.
In Nigeria, we are so good with billions and we disburse it. But like you pointed out, I am of the opinion, what are the mechanisms put in place to ensure that this money gets to the real people? What are the criteria? Yes, what are the criteria to know the poor among us? Who are these poor people? Where, how, and where did they collect the data?
How did they define who
How
is
do you
poor?
define who is poor? Because almost every Nigerian is crying of hunger.
Of course.
But in as much as we commend these efforts, we need to ensure that it doesn't end up at the first page of newspaper, photo optics, and others. Let's see that it gets to the real people that needs it.
Let them have the effects, the positive impact of the objective with which the project was first instituted.
Good. All right. And let it not go the way of the humanitarian affairs ministry or
Of
department.
course,
Yeah,
this is
so-
Nigeria for you now.
But nevertheless, we commend the government. We think that this step in the right direction.
Yeah, it's a thumbs up for them.
Yes, but let it be well implemented.
Exactly.
And then let it not end up in some foreign accounts somewhere. Let it get to the right people.
Yes, and we also have the case of the WAEC glitch, of the errors in the results that has been made. Like reading through the news today, I found where the Minister of WAEC said there was a glitch problem in the WAEC result, and then some people can check or recheck their WAEC result that the errors has been made, that it has been clarified. So I don't know if you have any say or any take on this issue.
Nigeria, my country. We are always good with glitches, technical glitches, these glitches, and the rest of them. During 2023, network glitches. During the last jump, network technical glitches. This one again, glitches. You see, we are already familiar with this word, glitches. Chris, you know how much parents they spend in enrolling their children for this work. Then at the end of the day, you are telling them it's network or technical glitches that affected the children's results when they are full of hopes. Probably most of these WAEC candidates have already written JAM and ready to enter school, and most of these glitches tampered with either mathematics or English, which these are the basics for them to even get admission into high institution, no matter the course of study. These are very, very important subjects. And now you are telling them glitches. Okay, what about those of them that actually fortunate enough, that they are fortunate to check their own first hand and their results, they clear them. Maybe after the correction, as they said, only for them to go back and they will be seeing what will baffle them. Be like, what is this? Can't be my result. Just let's reflect back to what happened during the last concluded JAM. Some did very well, but some of them that were outcrying that what they had as their result can't be their result. So when they were put up to rewrite the JAM, by the time the result came out, they were like, no, this can't be I'd rather go with the first one. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's not making sense. I don't just understand. You have a whole 1 year to prepare for all of these things. Only for at the very dying minute, you come and start telling them that it is network glitch. No, we are not saying that it cannot happen.
Yeah.
Can there not be a system to be put in place that will always checkmate or make sure that these glitches are well taken care of?
Yes,
especially when it has to do with children's future. That's what is driving me crazy. It borders on these children's future, for crying out loud. Please, we are calling WAEC, please. Know what, in as much as you're trying to do corrections on all these results and on your site, please, for crying out loud, make sure at least those ones that you have released their results, that you, in the process of this correction, that you do not tamper with the result, and even the ones you said you have corrected, please let it make great impact. I am not saying you should dash marks, but please be objective and be well focused, so that these children will not keep crying foul at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, sir. Bleaches, bleaches, bleaches. I make bleach. Jump, bleach. Now, wire, bleach. What's the next bleach we are going to
Maybe Neko glitch.
bleach. All right, sir. It's quite unfortunate
Really?
that it keeps happening over and over. It's as if that when we take one step forward or 1,000 steps forward, we are still remaining at the same spot
Marking
in this
time.
country. It keeps happening over and over.
And nothing is being done about
Nothing
it.
is being done about it. However, we will give benefit of doubt to WAEC for having come out openly, having the boldness to even declare without hiding behind one excuse or the other, if they are not hiding under technical glitches this time. Let them do the needful. They had ample time to prepare for this examination.
1 whole year.
To prepare for this examination. So there shouldn't be any excuse. In as much as the when it's time for you to receive your salary, there is no bank glitches. Then you expected to do your work and do it thoroughly. At this point, I think it's high time we call on independent auditors to get to audit our institutions. Let's really find out what is going on, because the glitches are coming too much. We need to audit our public institutions. We need to re-strategize, reposition them, because it doesn't tell well on our younger generation that is coming up. A lot of them are heartbroken. You can imagine situations where some people have checked their results already and they are being told to go back to recheck. Perhaps you see yourself that you already lined up, let's say 5 A's, and then going back, you're now seeing 3 C's, something else, and you're being told it was caused by technical glitches. So we need to pity these younger ones and make the country, make things, our institutions should run properly. And in fact, we call on the federal government, if needed, let them create an institution to monitor these independent bodies, periodically audit their doings, audit their machines, audit their data, and when it be, updates when you have your infrastructure, so we don't keep on encountering glitches. The glitches are becoming too much.
Yeah, having updated softwares, so that you will not be telling me that we are in 2025 and you are still making use of 2020 software in running all these things. Do you understand? But when you have more updated software and structures in ground, of course it will facilitate your work, make it more easier and better.
Okay. Now, thank you all for your opinion or your sharing light on this headlines. And don't forget that you can always grab your physical copies at any of your favorite vendor or catch the e-papers online. After the break, it's time to unwind with a little celebration in the global holidays or for the global holidays. And always stay tuned because you're still watching Sunrise and Aneke TV.
To be a man is not to be hard, but to be whole. A true man feels, weeps, protects, dreams. He does not hide behind silence. He speaks with strength and softness. He carries responsibility, yes, but also joy. He provides, but he also hugs. He's not just a builder of homes, but a nurturer of hearts. A man is not less when he leans on others. He is more when he uplifts them. In truth, in tenderness, in integrity, that's where manhood truly begins.
Thank you for still staying with us here on Sunrise at Aneke TV. And today we have a fun celebration. You'll be wondering what this fun celebration is all about. Well, today we'll be celebrating the International Cat Day. You might be wondering what this International Cat Day is all about. Well, it's a day where we take our time to celebrate our pets, which is the cat. Now, the International Cat Day is a celebration which takes place on the 8th of August of every year. It was created in 2002 by the International Fund of Animal Welfare. It is a day to raise awareness for cats and learn about ways to help and promote them, learn about ways to take care of them, how to feed, and what type of food they eat. And also, I would like to wish all my cat lovers a happy International Celebration Day or happy International Cat Day to all my cat lovers.
So, let us know where you're celebrating from or what you're celebrating. Tag us at Aneke TV across Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Or you can call us on 070 30
And that's a wrap on today's edition of Sunrise on Aneke TV. Thank you for waking up with us. It's always a pleasure. I am Deborah Wakuba.
And I am Uche Osai. Don't forget to smile or make somebody else smile.
Exactly.
See you next week.
Thank you.
There are two types of kola nut produced in Nigeria: kola nitida, otherwise called goro, and widely eaten in northern part of Nigeria. Kola acuminata, also referred to as Igbo kola, is of local origin and occupies an important position in social, religious, and sacred ceremonies in Igbo society. It is seen as a vital and sacred fruit in Igbo land and serves as the major instrument of prayers connecting the ancestors. It cements discussions and also the fundamental bedrock of philosophy and proverbs. It is a symbol of welcome, unity, and peace. If kola nut contains one cotyledon, it is regarded as dump kola nut and thrown away. Kola nut with four cotyledons represents the four Igbo market days: Eke, Orie, Afo, and Nkwo. If kola nut contains more than 6 cotyledons, it signifies blessings and wealth, and it is celebrated. There is also another type of Igbo kola nut called Ojugo, which is referred to as the king of Igbo kola. The reproductive organ of the kola nut is referred to as the tongue, and it is removed after prayers and thrown to the spirit of the ancestors.
Ibai, ekele m unu. Ọ ji kwana ihe eji agọ ndụ. Ndụ a na-atọka. Onye anabara nke ya na onu agwọ. Ibe anyị adị nọ. Ogologo ndụ, arụ ike, na ọdụmma. Ọdụmma ihe eji ene ndụ anya. Na onye nwere ihe eji ene ndụ anya. N'ịlụfụta nwụrụ ya, ị mara na nsogbu riri ya. Olise bụ anyị na-ekene gị, Chukwu okike, onye ogologo ndụ na ogologo anya na-ahụ udo na ọchịchị. Anyị na-ekene gị na-ekene gị maka tata, na-ayọ maka echi, maka na ọsọ gị maka ya eme echi anya ma mara na anyị adị ka echi, na echi anaghị agwụ agwụgwụ, na ihe ya adịrị anyị mma. Ndị be anyị onwekwana ihe ọzọ na anyị ga-enye ndị ichie jupụtara anyị na-ere nke
To be a man is not to be hard, but to be whole. A true man feels, weeps, protects, dreams. He does not hide behind silence. He speaks with strength and softness. He carries responsibility, yes, but also joy. He provides, but he also hugs. He's not just a builder of homes, but a nurturer of hearts. A man is not less when he leans on others. He is more when he uplifts them. In truth, in tenderness, in integrity, that's where manhood truly begins.
Yes, dear viewer, many thanks for joining us on Aneke TV today. The program remains The Arena, and this is where we meet to take on issues, matters facing us as a people in society. So you're welcome on board. My name is Chris Anibo, thanking you for having joined us. Today, our train is headed to the health sector. It is World Hepatitis Day, and these are our own way of speaking to this health issue called hepatitis. And today, to help us do justice to this discussion, is a man from the medical world. Well, a lengthy profile he's got here. He is the first Vice Chairman, Association of Professional Bodies of Nigeria, Enugu State Chapter, the immediate past Chairman, Association of Medical Lab Scientists of Nigeria, Enugu State Chapter. But then he's coming from the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital. He took us at Enugu here, where he's serving as the Assistant Director, Medical Laboratory Services. Dr. Ejiofor Mama, you're welcome to Aneke TV.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure having you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's the discussion on food. How much do you know about hepatitis? Well, Doc, it's for you to tell us more about it. Hepatitis. What is this one again?
Thank you so much,
What is this one now?
my uncle. Today being the 28th day of July 2025, the world is commemorating the work of an American physician and also a geneticist. He worked tirelessly to ensure that we brought an end to a disease we call hepatitis. And he went deep to find out that one of the causative agents of this hepatitis is hepatitis B. Yes, hepatitis B. He did not only discover it, he also developed a technique of diagnosing it. He didn't end there. He also went forward to ensure that it is preventable. Yes, by getting the means of vaccinating it. And the name of this person is Dr. Samuel Blumber Baroque,
Okay.
an American. And he was born on the 28th day of July, 1925.
Oh.
And eventually died just a year when, after the World Health Assembly recognized his importance in medical field, because he also won a Nobel laureate. That was in 2010. That was when the World Health Organization, in collaboration with World Hepatitis Alliance, came together and said, okay, this man will have to come out here on every 28th day of July. That was in 2010. So, but shortly after, fortunately, on the 5th day of February, I mean the 5th day of April 2011, the man passed on. And since then, we're commemorating this day. So, coming to your question,
Yes.
hepatitis just means inflammation of the liver cells.
The liver cells.
Yes, when you hear the word hepa, it means liver. And when you hear the word titis, it's always, whenever you see titis in medics, it means inflammation. And a lot of things can cause this inflammation of the liver cells. And one of them is these viral infections. Because when you come to this hepatitis, it can be grouped into two. The one caused by viral agents, and then the other one caused by non-viral agents. So those ones caused by viral agents can be caused by hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis D, or hepatitis E. They are all 5 classes.
Okay.
And then the non-viral one could be caused by auto antibody.
What is that supposed to
When we
be?
see auto antibody, like in layman's time, it means the system fighting itself. Just like a policeman that is hired to protect the citizen suddenly tells you that there is accidental discharge. This could be caused as a result of genetic factors, or even the environmental factors we are facing can just trigger the immune system, and the system starts fighting itself, fighting the liver cells, and by the end of the day, there is inflammation in the liver. Another one that could be this non-viral cause is alcoholic. There's one we call alcoholic liver cirrhosis. For most people who are much dwell in consumption of too much alcohol, one who cannot just stay without alcohol might have inflammation of the liver cell, which we call the hepatocytes. And by the end of the day, you find out such a person has inflammation of the liver cells. And apart from that, there are other conditions like medication.
Medication.
When you take some toxins, it also affects the liver cells. And if you are not careful, you might damage it beyond repair, unlike that of alcoholic liver cirrhosis, which when you stop, depending on the extent you have taken it, they could reverse. But when it comes to that of toxin, as well as that of any poison, it can hardly reverse. And besides that, we have other agents like some of the drugs, like maybe even expired drugs, and that is why I always tell people, do not self-medicate. And when you take overdose of drug, it can also cause this liver cirrhosis. And some agents, like most people who have the habit of when you put on a insecticide in the house, you enter there. It has the same features as PNC. So I'm just taking it one step after the other. You can get it from bodily fluid from the woman, and the worst of it is that the mother can transmit it to the innocent unborn. Yes, and that is why it's dangerous. And without all these things, people may not. But my joy is that there is a system on ground to curtail this.
There is a system.
And when the system on ground, we will get out to the blood prevention stage, we talk about that.
That's right.
So when we now talk of B and C, they have the same characteristics. You can get it from sex, you can get it from sharp objects. Most of these young guys that believe in or they belong somewhere, they belong in a group because of initiation, they use the same sharp object to incise their whatever sign they have, the same sharp object. You could get hepatitis B through that. You could get hepatitis C through that. And also, unhealthy medical practices, if you don't really, take care of your syringes very well, maybe people who reuse syringe, or these ones are common with, these classes of people who belong to, the drug addicts, who take drugs.
When they inject,
inject, you drop it, your man will come and also use the same needle to pick the drug and inject. With that, you will be able to also get this hepatitis B. And also, I think apart from all this type of transmission is common. And also, another one is that we can get it from blood and blood products.
Okay.
Hospital, which I wanted to say earlier, if you are not following the medical procedure, proper screening of blood before transfusion, one could get it, even the blood product. And also, the health professionals are also exposed to that because by working, you may have what we call needle stick injury.
Okay.
Because of accidental prick of a needle can get you infected or fixed.
That's now part of a work hazard.
Work hazard. And with that now, we now migrate to hepatitis D. The hepatitis D we are talking about is also called delta hepatitis. And
you call it what?
Delta hepatitis.
Delta.
Yes.
Okay. What
does
that? Whatever that means, anyway.
So, and also we call it a satellite hepatitis because it cannot stay on its own. It cannot stay on its own. It's dependent on the infection of hepatitis B. If you don't have hepatitis B, even if you are infected with D, it will not really be dangerous. It will not resort to disease condition because there's what we call envelope. It is hepatitis B that provides this wall for it, which we call envelope.
It's like a feeder.
So once it is not protected, it will not be able to live long. And with that now, you find out that it's largely dependent on the existence of B. And the good news about all this is that one that is dangerous has a preventive measure.
All right, we're going to pause it there because we want to go on a very quick break. So that when we return, so far so good, we've been able to, lay the background to what hepatitis is all about. We've looked at the causes and the mode of transmission of this killer. But then when we return from this break, we'll be looking at symptoms, even mode of manifestation, and then what we need to do is that by preventive measures or even by curative measures. We're going to know all of that when we return from the break. He's still here with us. Dr. Ejiofor Mama is here to talk to us on what we need to know about hepatitis. Stay with us, don't go away. Welcome to Aneke TV, the heartbeat of culture, truth, and innovation. From breaking news to inspiring documentaries, from grassroots traditions, mysteries of life to global perspectives, we'll tell your stories. We amplify your voice and your vision. With every screen we light up, we connect, inform, and empower. It's more than a television. This is Aneke TV. We move with the world. Okay, dear viewer, thanks for returning with us on the show, on the arena, on Aneke TV, as we are looking at hepatitis. Mind you, it is the World Day on Hepatitis. And this is our own way of talking about it, so that you, the viewer, could be better informed and educated about it. So, Dr. Jafar Mama, can you quickly, I don't know how much time we've got to run on this segment now, but then we need to know, how does hepatitis, be it A, B, C, down to the E, present, for instance, symptoms in patients?
Just because of what of time, I would have taken you through the processes of, functions of the liver, so that when we now talk of hepatitis, you know why some symptoms are presenting. But later, maybe in next edition,
Just go
we'll talk
ahead.
about that.
No problem.
So the liver is the largest gland in the body. I think it's good to tell you that it is located at the upper quadrant, just right upper quadrant, slightly below the diaphragm, somewhere. So it runs this way, and it's from here down, just like a wedge stretching from your right side down to the left flank of it, and it does a lot of functions. It helps in metabolizing any food you take. It detoxifies waste, and also provides some essential enzymes that will help your body to work. And once it's not working proper, you find out that the waste we are generating might eventually not be excreted properly, and at the end of the day, it might lead to, presentation of yellowish eye, and also, in advanced case, bloated abdomen, fever, nausea, and even to the extent of having swollen extremities when the liver is not working, because it helps in the metabolism of the food we are taking. If it is not working, the food we are taking might not be properly digested, and the amino taken well absorbed and not be properly utilized. And in the end, you find such a person even losing weight. So those are the symptoms that hepatitis is always presenting.
What about swollenness of the feet, of the face?
That's what I'm saying. Swelling of extremities. That's
Okay.
what I mean by that. So the legs will be swollen, the abdomen will be swollen, and the skin will be yellowish, the eye yellowish. You find that such a person will be having what we call weaknesses. You can have weakness. You will not be able to do anything. You will not be able to even do your routine things. And in extreme cases, it can also lead to insomnia. People will not be able to sleep because anxiety might even come in, because mentally such a person will not be stable. So those are the symptoms.
Wow. And then what about cure now? It's hepatitis curable.
Hepatitis,
is it treatable? For instance, we consult you in the hospital
there
and
are
then...
difference between treatable and curable diseases.
Okay.
So when we talk about the curability, hepatitis C can be cured.
C can be cured.
Yes. And I told you earlier that A and E can, take care of themselves. So if the C that B and the D is dependent on can be cured, you find out that we have eliminated all the other viral except one, which is B. And it is only B that cannot be cured, but it is treatable.
It's treatable.
It is treatable, and it's also preventable.
Let's look at the preventability before we look at the treatment now.
Okay. So since year 1995, there has been your vaccine for the prevention of transmission of this hepatitis B virus. And in 2004, the former President Olusegun Obasanjo was able to bring this vaccination to the country for compulsory purposes. And once a child is below 5 in the country, since 2004, it is mandatory that such a baby should be vaccinated against hepatitis A and B as well, but mainly we focus on B. that one is preventable. And also adults. Adults can also, those adults that are born after 2004 can get the vaccine. And once you take a complete dosage of that vaccine, it will prevent anybody that took that vaccine from getting infected. And the only thing you do is just, depending on the brand of the vaccine you take, it could be repeated every 10 years so that you boost your immunity. You booster those of it. You take it after 10 years of your previous vaccination. And I think the ones we took is always taken in 3 doses.
Okay.
First 1 month and then 6 months later. Once you take your complete vaccination, you are prevented from getting the hepatitis. And we encourage all people who are working in the health sector, and everybody, to ensure that this vaccine that is available should be taken by all. There's no any need for vaccine hesitancy, because what is our problem is that we always develop one myth or the other about vaccination. Some people might think that when you get vaccinated, it might cause one thing or the other. Remember the era of COVID. I was in almost all
those myths, you know.
And, I seated here. I took the vaccines there, and they were saying about 5 years. This is 2025. I think I'm even healthier than now. I'm healthier now than then. So I think this hesitancy should not come in. You take the vaccine so that you'll be able to. VA is also available, but I think government should also scale up a means of getting this really available to people. So
now, can we easily access this the vaccines at every health center?
Yes.
Yeah, they are the primary health centers.
Enugu State is trying about that, and I'm sure when you get to our primary health center, which is one of the key messages of this year's World Hepatitis Day, and we say we have to break it. We have to break the stigma behind this hepatitis B and hepatitis, all these hepatitis, viral hepatitis. We have to break the stigma, and also break the bottlenecks surrounding people having these vaccines. It has to be broken so that people really have access to vaccine.
Are there criteria before one will be able to access the vaccine?
One of the criteria for accessing the vaccine is that you must have to get tested. When you get tested and you are negative, that qualifies you from taking the vaccine.
But if one is tested and one becomes positive, what happens?
That is what we are advocating, because most countries are now on the program which we call tests and treats. So when you test negative, you take the vaccine. And when you take positive, you be enrolled for treatment. And the treatment is just not one-off. Apart from C, that is treatable, because with the presence of these direct-acting antiviral drugs that is helping to treat the hepatitis C, there are some also antiviral drugs that people who have hepatitis B are using so that it to suppress the virus. And it's not only when you test positive, you rush taking drugs. There are other procedures you have to follow. First of all, you have to know, has it got chronic? By running tests we call hepatitis B panel. Is it coating there, and all these things. And those ones, those tests need somebody who is specialized in that area. It's not just something that a layman can do. People who are running this hepatitis B can run. You need an expert to work that. And if he has already got to this chronic stage, by the typing, also there's what we call viral load. Okay, how many copies of viruses of this hepatitis B that the patient is having? So that will now determine if the patient can now start treatment immediately, and then also. But now the World Health Organization is advocating that whoever tested positive, irrespective of the viral load, let the person commence treatment so that it will not suppress the virus. Just like HIV, because whoever tests positive in HIV always commences their treatment, and then the viral load will always be detected, And in the end, after they are sick, you find out that if the drugs are working effectively, it will reduce the viral load to non-detectable level. And at that level, there will be no transmission of that virus to the next person, be it from mother, be it from couples, or any other.
The most worrisome part of hepatitis is the fact that it is transmittable from one person to another.
It's a communicable disease.
I'm telling you, so that's where it is very, very worrisome. But then I don't know, for the treatment, you've told us that that of C is treatable now.
Yes. It's curable.
It's curable.
And B is treatable.
And B is treatable.
Yes.
So where can it be treated?
In a hospital anyway.
Any hospital.
Most of these
primary, secondary, tertiary.
That is why we are advocating that Enugu state government to ensure that this be it testing, treatment should be present in all the wards, the 260 wards in Enugu state. The primary health centers there should be well equipped and make these services available so that our brothers in the remote areas could have access to diagnosis, which is very, very important, because you have to test before treating. And this such a person is positive, he has to commence treatment immediately. And if the other way around, that the person is free from viral infection, he should commence vaccination immediately, so that we'll be able to have what we call herd immunity, a situation where majority of the people of the states have the immunity against hepatitis B and A. You find out that the remaining few people will be protected by those people who have been vaccinated. And that is why it is also good for us to ensure that we employ professionals, because it is the professionals that will handle this. It's not just a mere test where you can just go and run the screening, hepatitis B screening, and
then maybe you commence treatment.
Once you test positive, a professional, medical laboratory scientist has to come in to confirm the effectivity of that test. And thank goodness this time around, the vaccines are now being produced from bacteria, unlike before, which it was attenuated. And sometimes when test positive, we now try to confirm if it is a result of vaccination. But this time around, these current vaccines that are available since about 5 or 10 years ago now, it's just from bacteria. There's no any fear for anybody getting hepatitis from the vaccines. And in the end, when you take it, you will find that it will prevent the transmission. And also, a mother who is pregnant is advised to also carry out screening tests for hepatitis. If it's positive, he should commence treatment. And if negative, also take the vaccines. And there's a policy by World Health Organization in collaboration with World Hepatitis Alliance that any child born should receive this hepatitis B vaccine within 24 hours of birth.
That's interesting.
And that is why it is good for us to reach out to the people who are practicing maternity homes, the traditional birth attendants, educate them on this. So the government has a lot of work to do. And that is why I said we have the tools, but the situation in our hand is that there is no political will for us to drive it. Because a situation where the vaccines should be available and there is no advocacy for people to go and take the vaccine, and the vaccine will be in our primary health centers, and in the end, if I find that deteriorating and not even because we have storage devices anyway that can store it, but expiring without people taking it is not advisable. There should be much advocacy, and we should not only dedicate 28th day of July every year for
awareness around hepatitis.
Because as we are talking now, it's busy spreading. And the only way we can contain this is for us to ensure that we enlighten members of the public what this hepatitis is all about. That it is treatable if it is hepatitis B, it is curable if it is A, C, E, and you cannot get D without C. When you get all this information, it will equip you. And when there is a political will, the government will now have that zeal to ensure that the citizenry are protected.
All right.
At the end,
All
we'll
right.
be able to actualize the dream of World Health Organization that stated by year 2030 there will be no new hepatitis B transmission.
So that's the projection.
That is projection.
The year 2030.
And that started.
And this is
2016.
2025.
Just barely, I think, 9 years ago, we'll have barely 5 years to go. So all these things are what we are advocating, that people should know your status. Go to the nearest laboratory, manned by professionals, run the test, and if it is negative, take the result to the nearest health center and get vaccinated.
Wow, wow, wow. A long list there. We must have to appreciate you, Dr. Ejiofor Mama, for your time in running this national service to educate our people and draw attention towards this very important health matter, hepatitis. So please go out there, have yourself tested. I think it should be free.
It's what we're advocating, that
Is it
government
free?
should subsidize this because it has to be integrated into HIV management.
Okay.
Because now the testing for this hepatitis, viral hepatitis, is not free.
It's not free.
It's not free. It's not free as to the best of my knowledge. It's not free.
But maybe the cost is not, it shouldn't be much.
It shouldn't be much, with average of between, not up to 5,000 depending on the facility. But we are talking, when you go down to the government hospital, it is well subsidized. And that subsidy should also be sustained, and it probably, whatever is done to HIV should be done to hepatitis.
Hepatitis.
Because now HIV is free in all government hospitals, and even the viral load is free.
That is the vaccine against HIV.
No, there's no vaccine against HIV. I'm talking of testing.
Okay, the testing now.
Testing for
It's
HIV
free.
is free in government hospitals. The government, I'm also begging the government, more especially the governor of Enugu State, to ensure that testing on this hepatitis should be free across all the health centers in Enugu State. And not only that, we should also extend our hands to people who test positive. Those people who tested positive should be enrolled, and then just as we are doing for people who are HIV positive, their viral load assay is free of charge. Viral load for people who have hepatitis B and C should also be free.
Free.
And even the drugs they are taking is free. For people to take this treatment, even from all this non-governmental organization, is very, very expensive. They should have to subsidy so that at the end of the day, people who tested positive will have access to free drug, and in the end, people will now have the
All right.
ability to come and access.
And that will ultimately make the society a healthy place, because it is said that a healthy people is a wealthy nation. Thank you again, Dr. Ejiofor Mama, for coming to this show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you, sir. So there, viewer, that's the much we'll give you on today's edition on the arena on Aneke TV. Keep watching Aneke TV. Go get tested, get yourself treated, get yourself cured. Stay away from, predisposing factors. My name is Chris Aneke. Bye for now.
The K-Viral Hope for the Hopeless Widows Foundation recently celebrated its one-year anniversary with a strong focus on the theme Gender-Based Violence. K-Viral is a non-governmental organization founded by Pastor Obodekwe Izora Kate. The foundation was born out of a deep concern for widows who are often neglected, silenced, and forgotten. Its mission is to provide support, guidance, and empowerment to widows, helping them rise above grief, poverty, and loneliness. The foundation's core values are compassion, hope, and empowerment. It exists to give widows a new beginning, a reason to smile again, to dream again, and to stand strong again. At the anniversary event, the lecture focused on the causes of gender-based violence, especially how it affects widows and what can be done to stop it. Some of the suggested solutions included creating more awareness, holding town hall meetings, training and empowering widows, and building platforms where their voices can be heard and respected. The foundation also used the occasion to push for widows to be included in politics and governance. They believe widows have a role to play in the decisions that shape their communities, and they deserve to be taught how to take part in leadership at every level. The founder and CEO, Pastor Obodwekwe Izora Kate, spoke about her journey. She said her love for humanity, especially widows, led her to create the foundation.
Well, it's something I've always had a passion for, humanity. Even right from when I was a little kid, even before I knew I was going to become a widow, I've always had a passion for humanity. So, from childhood till I grew up to adulthood, I've always been, a humanitarian person. So, and unfortunately, I lost my husband, and how I even started, I don't know. I can't even tell. But I just saw myself gathering widows, and and I carried it on top of my head to make sure that widows don't cry, because I have passed through widowhood and I know what widowhood is all about. What I have to tell the widows out there is that they should keep on striving to survive. They should keep on being strong and resilient. That we are only widowed, we are not widowed. We can actually do something for ourselves, I know it's not easy at all, but then I want them to be strong. I don't want them to see themselves as being vulnerable.
One of the special moments during the celebration was the recognition of Mrs. Ngozi Otahumele, the presenter of Unzuko Umuwanyi on Aneke TV, a growing media house in Enugu State. Her program highlights issues regarding the welfare of the family and the society, ranging from gender-based issues, cultural, morals, and especially how women can effectively contribute to the uplift of the society. She was honored with the Best Media Matron 002 Award by the Foundation for her outstanding contributions and support to their cause. Overwhelmed with joy, she shared a few words.
I'm so glad. I'm so excited. I didn't see this coming. I won't say I'm overwhelmed, because sometimes when you're doing something, you don't know that people are watching you. That's why it is good to be good. For whatever good thing you do, the society knows what you're doing. When you do good, goodness will come back to you. When you do bad, badness will come back to you. So I'm so excited. I feel elated by this honor given to me. I wouldn't say I don't deserve it, but I didn't know that I'm being recognized for what I do.
As the K-Vicro Foundation marks 1 year of impact, the message remains strong. It's time for widows to speak up, stand together, and work toward a better future where their voices are amplified.
Welcome to Aneke TV, the heartbeat of culture, truth, and innovation. From breaking news to inspiring documentaries, from grassroots traditions, mysteries of life to global perspectives, we'll tell your stories. We amplify your voice and your vision. With every screen we light up, we connect, inform, and empower. It's more than a television. This is Aneke TV. We move with the world.
Aneke Pasca Oyeka Care Foundation has continued its book donation program, distributing over 1,000 books to 2 schools in Enugu. The initiative at supporting children's privileged backgrounds was designed to encourage academic focus and instill hope for a bright. The latest beneficiaries of the program are Community Primary School, Ohona, Oboka, Nkanu East Local Government Area, and Station Primary School, Abani, in Nkanu West Local Government Area, which received no fewer than 1,000 exercise books. Led by Obinna Obu, Program Officer of the Foundation, Local Government Area received 3 free exercise books. The atmosphere was filled with joy as grateful teachers offered heartfelt prayers and words of appreciation for the Foundation's benevolent act. Donating the exercise books on behalf of the Foundation, the Program Officer Obinna Obu explained that the gesture
go to school, but because of lack of support, they have been discouraged to continue with their educations, largely due to their family barriers to enable them to realize their dream in life through education.
Mrs. Jacinta Anene Wodo, who represented the head teacher at Owon